We want to sketch the graph of y equals 2 sine x plus 2. What we could do first of all is sketch the graph of y equals 2 sine x. Now we know the maximum is 2, the minimum is minus 2, and the period is 360 degrees. So if I make a mark here, 2 minus 2 is 360 on the x-axis, and I split that up into 4 equal regions. So it's sine starts at this point here, moves up to its maximum, back down to 0, down to its minimum, back to 360. I'm just going to put this in as a dotted line because this is not the graph that I want to draw. Now, this 2 here plus 2 means that the whole graph moves up 2 spaces, which is to say each of the crosses moves up 2. So this point here, move to this point will move up to 4, this point moves to here, this point, which is at minus 2, will move to 0, and this point will move up here. And here is the shape of the diagram, the shape of the curve. And that's y equals 2 sine x plus 2. Y equals 3 cos 2x minus 4. Why don't we first of all deal with the 3 cos 2x. Now we know that the maximum is 3 and the minimum is minus 3. And the period, well, there are 2 cycles in 360 degrees, so 360 degrees divided by 2 gives us 180 degrees. And we can make a sketch of this. So here are the axes, and I'm going to add in some information. We could make that 3 there, and this minus 3. 360 degrees. Now the first thing I want to do is to divide the x-axis up into 2 equal spaces, because I've got 2 cycles to sketch. Then I'm going to divide each of these spaces up into 4 equal parts, as best I can. It's all approximate, so that'd be 270 there, and this would be 90. Now remember, this is the graph of cosines, so starts up at its maximum, moves down to 0, down to its minimum, back to 0, and up to its maximum. There is one cycle. Second cycle, now what I want to do is to move the whole graph down 4 spaces. So what happens then? Well, this point here moves down to minus 1, which is approximately here. 0 moves down to minus 4, somewhere down here. This point moves down to, well, that's minus 3 already, and it moves down to minus 7. And so on and so forth. So we have a curve that looks something like that. There's the first cycle. Second cycle then. And something there that looks like that. That's 3 cos 2x minus 4. Third and final example. Y equals minus 5 sine x plus 6. So why don't we sketch this part first. Now, remember the effect of the negative. We'll talk about that in just a minute. The maximum value is 5. The minimum value is minus 5. And the period is 360 degrees. So here are my axes, and I want to add some bits and pieces to them. I think probably I need to move this x-axis down a bit. So y and x, we just want 0 and 360 degrees, 180, 90 and 270. I want a maximum of 5 and a minimum of -5. Now, the negative at the front means that the graph starts as sine does at this point here and then goes down instead of up. So here are the main points on the curve, and here is this dotted line represents -5 sine x. What we want to do is to move the whole graph up 6 spaces. So this point here moves up to here. Then we've got -5 plus 6 is 1. 0 plus 6 is 6. Now this point here is at 5, and that's going to move up 6 spaces, so that'll move up to 11, somewhere up there. And this final point moves up to about here. And then we can, as best we can, try to get the shape of the sine graph. And that's the graph of y equals -5 sine x plus 6.